Now, and we're live and we're happening and we're getting ready for the exciting start of today's race. We're going to have the M&P class starting off with the other classes following. But right now we're up on plane and we've really got some good racing right now. They've started and looking real good right here. Right here, you got P. These guys are really going to give it all out today. 24-foot skater, a little smaller than the other boats you saw earlier, which is 30 and 32 feet respectively. But these 24-foot skaters have definitely come on strong this year, and they have really held their own against much larger boats. They're doing a great job right here navigating these rough seas. And right here, you've got some close-up front action. Bandit, long shot, Captain America. Right here, head-to-head action. This is what it's all about. The picture of offshore powerboat racing at its best. Look at Longshot pulling up on Bandit. Captain America still holding his lead on outside, and Longshot with him pressure at the wheel, and Bandit with Tom Bates driving head-to-head. Real exciting right here. You can see the rough conditions that these drivers are faced with. The smaller boat pulling back a little, getting a little bit more of a rougher ride than Bandit on the inside, which has a little longer hull to deal with some of these rough weather conditions. You can definitely get a sense of the chop that we're experiencing right now. These guys are definitely taking a pounding, and this could certainly cut down on our average miles per hour for the overall race. This is definitely going to take a toll on the equipment today. So not only do the boats and engines have to hold up, but the crew will also have to hold up together. When you have seas like today, the conditions, the stamina, oh, look at that right there. That is certainly going to test the stamina and conditions that this boat has. If the rigging and everything holds up through that, they will definitely hold up throughout this race. What a tough jump that was right there. They certainly felt that one. But these guys are cool customers, and they're back to some good racing. Longshot will definitely have some tough competition today with Hustler and Innovations. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Over the radio, we've definitely come up with a mishap. We've heard that 44 Captain America has had a problem. And oh my goodness, we've certainly had a problem here. I see them in the water bobbing around. We hope they're okay, but look at the conditions of this boat. These guys have stuffed it in a rough wave, and look at that picture of dismay right there. A definite disaster for P-44 Captain America. I see one man on the boat, I see another swimming to the boat. And look at this right here, squared up, who was racing, who went by them, and stopped. This is what sportsmanship is all about, a true sport right here. The squared up race team has done an admirable thing. With Luis Bulnes, Sal Sassoon, and Augustino Fernandez, you're to be commended for some true valor and sportsmanship for helping the squared up race team. But back to the racing, there's some boats who have not had similar fates that Captain America has met with. We've got Croissant and Company and Rapid Transit. Neck and neck right here. Some very tough racing. Croissant and Company, the 22-foot Velocity. You've got Keith Staub, Steve Holt, and Ed Benkowski. What a crew this is. And Rapid Transit on the outside, the 22-foot Apache. Similar boat lengths right here. This 22-foot Apache is powered by a 300 horsepower OMC outboard going against the Johnson outboard. Again, neck and neck competition. Look at it right here. Croissant and Company on the inside, Rapid Transit on the outside. The 22-foot Velocity, Croissant and Company, is sponsored today by Pompano Sports Boats. Pompano Sports Boats is your exclusive South Florida Velocity dealer. See Ed Murkowski for all your Velocity information. If Ed can't put you in a Velocity, no one can. Right here you can see the shimmy in that engine. We certainly hope that's no problem, but that OMC is definitely vibrating. Probably the engine mount or engine bracket could have a problem today. The seas are putting a pounding on the conditions right here. Not only is the bracket loose on the OMC Croissant and Company's motor, but on the outside earlier, you saw the engine cover totally blown off. Rapid Transit, who is on the outside right now and out of our picture. But we're staying with Croissant and Company, and there you see it. Normally accustomed to seeing that white engine cover, you just see the black engine block of this awesome 300 horsepower outboard. Definite rough conditions today. Listen to these outboards wind it out. Neck and neck racing, the 22-footers. Croissant and Company going against the Apache 22-foot Rapid Transit. Head-to-head competition. Let's watch. And Company and Rapid Transit definitely have their work cut out for them today, because they'll be chasing Cigarette Frenzy. There's some tough competition in Sportsman B. Also in Stock B, you've got Fully Involved, Captain Maintained, and Obsession. But these boats right here cost today's race, the Catamarans race team. But now we move on to a new race team, Lauren Bandit. Bandit race team, B57, a 32-foot Manta, a very good boat. And on the inside, you've got Porter and Spellberg and Secret Formula. Tight competition right here. You've got Secret Formula on the inside, Lorraine Bandit on the outside. These weather conditions are certainly slowing down your average miles per hour, but the racing is still just as good. No one wants to commit an error, blow a motor, or have a mishap just by trying to drag it out. They realize the conditions that the sea are giving them, and they're just going to take what the sea gives and do the best they can with the conditions granted. Lorraine Bandit with about a 50-yard lead right now, and Secret Formula chasing on the inside. Secret Formula in your screen right here is a very exciting boat. That 30-foot Formula with its two 375 horsepower Cayma engines and Cayma drives has done a great job for the last 2 seasons. Scott Porter is driving the boat, and of course Vic Spellberg, the great sportsman with all the experience in the offshore powerboat racing circuit on throttles, and we got Peter Lundquist navigating today. A lot of experience, and with Spellberg on throttles, he knows what he can do with his boat. Knows every inch of the boat, and he's really cooking right now, as you can see. Secret Formula. There you see Lauren Bandit and Candor dueling head-to-head. Lauren Bandit is a 32-foot Manta. That beige and brown hull is powered by twin 440 horsepower Mercury engines with Merc outdrives. John Provenzano is your owner of this boat. He's got Anthony Sanchez driving from Tampa, Florida, and John Provenzano is on throttles. There's something to be said about John Provenzano. He is the Florida State Scuba Diving Spearfishing Champion for 1982, 83, 84, 85, and 86 respectively. USA Champion 1984, and now he's into offshore racing. He is a tough competitor. He's going all out. And if his career in this field of offshore powerboat racing is as successful as his career in the spearfishing scuba division, who knows what this sport will hold for him. We wish Sean all the best. With the experience that he has, we know he's going to come on and do a great job. The dedication that he's shown in scuba, I'm sure will surface in this sport. And John is going to be a great champion, just as he is in the field of scuba diving. Lorraine Bandit, Secret Formula. These are the hot boats today. Stock B is definitely going to be run between these 3 boats. You've got Lorraine Bandit, Condor, Secret Formula going head-to-head, changing positions 1, 2, 3 as the race goes on. You definitely get some idea there of how rough these seas are. But here you got Spellberg, Secret Formula on the inside, Condor in the middle of the screen, Lorraine Bandit on the outside of your screen, Stock B, tight racing. B33, the Condor race team. There's a 30-foot Condor, white hull and deck as you see, powered by twin 200 horsepower Mercury outboards. Condor Powerboats is the owner of this boat, and this Condor is an excellent looking boat. The Condor Company are boat builders in Florida, and Condor boats are definitely a proven race hull, as well as a pleasure hull out in the seas today. You've got Juan Granado driving from Hialeah, Florida, Douglas Boyes, your navigator, and Ricardo Hernandez on throttles. B33, the Condor race team. A well-trimmed boat with a good crew, and they're definitely making the best time that they possibly can with the sea conditions that they are presented with. Right now you still have Lorraine Bandit in first, Condor in second, Secret Formula charging hard on the inside of Condor in third place. In the M-Class you saw earlier, Longshot and Hustler still battling. Longshot is right there. Innovations is fighting. Hustler's still fighting hard. Bandit is still there, who you saw earlier in your screen. And Captain America, all the crew is all right on P44, but Omar and Les Grace, along with the Martinez boys, are really doing a hot number today, chasing Bandit. At Freeze Frame, we wish the Condor race team, as well as the Condor Boat Company, good luck in today's race and for the rest of the year. And we certainly look forward to seeing more Condors out in the season and campaign courses next year. Here we see a boat who you've seen earlier, who is racing head-to-head with Lorraine Bandit and Condor. The other part of this threesome, or trio I should say, Vic Spellberg, Scott Porter in Secret Formula. Along with Peter Lundquist, they're providing a great, formidable team. Look at this jump right here. The Formula race hull being a proven hull, very dependable, and these Kama motors and outdrives are really going to do some damage against the competition today. There's nothing that these guys have not seen on a race course. They've seen all conditions, all types of boats. They've been through all the technological changes and innovations that we've all experienced together, and they've taken everything that they possibly could muster up in terms of financing, knowledge, and experience, and they bring you the Secret Formula race team. Sportsman A still very tight with Rapid Transit and Croissant and Company. You saw those 21-foot footers going head-to-head. And here you have a great sportsman in my book, ladies and gentlemen, the Squared Up race team. Oh, having a rough ride. Certainly don't want to have them have a mishap themselves. But after what they've done to rescue the Captain America race team, they're back out on the course. This 28-foot Pantera, all black hull and deck, is powered today by three 250 horsepower Merc engine outboards. A formidable race crew. Their hull is tough. The engine package, what more can you say? Mercury, proven name in offshore powerboat racing. But really, the true story today, and the heroes of this race, are Luis Bulnes, Sal Sassoon, and Augusto Fernandez. Your Squared Up race team, who have done so much to save Captain America and what they've done for the sport. And coming along on the outside of Squared Up race team, you have Danger Zone D65. This beautiful 38-foot cigarette with its red hull and deck is powered by twin 600 horsepower offshore engines with Merc Cruiser outdrives. A tough competition, but right here on the inside, you saw Squared Up, but we're back to the 38-foot cigarette Danger Zone. This is owned by High Tech Marine. Your crew for today, driving the boat is Carlos Capilla from Miami, Florida. Humberto Rodriguez is on throttles, and Carlos Lopez is your navigator for today's race. Danger Zone, a very tough competitor. He had a great showing in our race last month. He's definitely in the hunt right now. He's zooming around, along with Carrier Tech and C35 Mistress in class. But right now, we're on Danger Zone, who is certainly a tough competitor himself. He's a hot pilot. He's really pushing that envelope further and further. And he is definitely the pilot and the skipper who's running first in class right now. And he is definitely the top gun of all the race drivers right now. He feels very strong and confident. The crew has come together. They basically have a new boat for them. They've been the old warlock before, but now with this boat, Danger Zone, the 38-foot cigarette that they have under them, they feel that they have the boat and the engines to take the championship home this year. They're definitely in the hunt for things. With a good showing here, they can finish in second or first place in class in the quest for the Gold Coast Cup, which would be great. The Danger Zone race team, and as they feel they're the top gun in the Oprah Gold Coast Cup quest. Zone, we go to Miami's Best, who is definitely having a good race today. Miami's Best. The 35-foot Coyote, blue hull and deck, its familiar colors. This boat is powered by two 500-horsepower United engines. United Engine Builders have done a great job with these engines who have been powering Miami's Best all season. That's United Engine Builders, a dependable name in offshore powerboat racing. This is owned by Powerboat Marine from Florida. You've got Peter Hidalgo, your driver, from Opelika, Florida. Sergio Robles is your navigator, and Mario Alvarez is on throttles. Miami's Best. These guys feel they're the best. They feel their boat is the best. As you know, they've had some gremlins, engine gremlins, plaguing them all year, but they feel they've gotten rid of them. And this year, with the United Engines really coming together with this boat, they feel that they've worked all the gremlins out, and today is going to be their race. Miami's Best has a proud race history behind them. They've gotten second place in the Gold Coast Cup last year, a third place in the National. They are your defending 1985 National APBA champions, as well as your 85 World Champions. These guys definitely have the credentials to prove that they are Miami's Best. They're running first in class right now. They're doing a fine job out here today, and they are certainly going to bring back the title of Miami's Best and letting everyone know that they are Miami's Best. Peter is all business. He's had a great year campaigning the boat. He's got a lot of experience. His crew, the support, and everyone who is involved with the Miami's Best race team are to be commended for the fine job that they've been doing all year. He's going to have some tough competition today because chasing Miami's Best is the Shadow Cat as well as Squared Up Race Team, who we saw a little earlier on in the show. Listen to those engines right there. You can just hear the noise that United Engines are putting out right now, and the interaction of the throttle man as he plays the boat along the tops of the waves. When they come out and go back in, the throttle man is of critical importance to the success of this race boat. You can just hear him work those throttles in and out of the water right now. Peter's a great competitor, a great sportsman. He's done a fine job to put up and have the patience and to put up with all the mishaps and small little things that have plagued this boat all year. But right now at United, they feel they've got them all worked out. And Pete's definitely confident in his own abilities as well as his crew's abilities. And they feel they will definitely have the run that they need today to really prove that they truly are Miami's best. Unofficially, you have Miami's Best, Shadow Cat and Squared Up, still dueling it out. Smooth Operator, Panama Jack, ST Enterprise head-to-head in their category, with Bandit and the Captain Americas going at it. But right here, we're still with Miami's Best, who is definitely having a great run. Miami's Best. Now we're going to join when the going gets tough, as well as the World Championship in its class. And someone else who definitely gets going when the going gets tough. Squared Up Race Team, who much earlier on in the race stopped, took care of a down race boat. The Captain America race team of P-44 took time out from their run to save some fellow racers. And that's what it's all about, as we said earlier. There's not much more I can say about them. But what can you say for the great sportsmanship and humanitarian deed that they have done? Squared Up Race Team, who at this point is also having a fine race. They've definitely made up a lot of the lost time that they've used earlier when they took care of the Captain America race team, who we mentioned earlier. But they're called back definitely in the thick of things in class. You see Mistress on the outside, Squared Up on the inside, and Squared Up is back in contention with Shadow Cat and Miami's, who is currently leading the Sportsman C class. Now look at this, Squared Up is definitely making some time against Mistress. Listen to those motors really bark out some power right here. Squared Up would definitely like to have a good showing today, because with the point standings that they have, they can definitely be in the top 3 finishers in the Gold Coast Cup this year in Sportsman C. So you know they know it, and they're going all out today. The Squared Up race team, who in my book has definitely won the checkered flag for sportsmanship and all-round good sportsman spirit. The 28-foot Pantera really looking good right now. The boat is well trimmed, good speed right here, making the time that he can in these tough wave conditions as you see right there. But the Pantera slices right through it. These guys are definitely squared up and going hard. Luis along with Sal and Augusto are going all out right here. The Squared Up race team. P4, Captain America. That is the other Captain America race boat who is still in contention right now. P44, thank goodness all drivers are okay, but the boat definitely took a beating. But P4 Captain America right here is having a good run. As you've seen them earlier, they're still in the thick of things. Omar Alesquez, along with Daniel and Edward Martinez, are providing a great run in today's Islamorada Budweiser 100. They're chasing Bandit right now, and with the race practically two-thirds over, they've definitely got to start making their move. If they've gotten this far in the race, 90% their boat will hold together. A mishap could put them out, of course, but they've been through the worst. The boat is definitely in tune. It's holding together quite nicely, as well as the crew. They're going all out right here. They've got to make their move on Bandit Race Team. Omar, a great competitor. He, along with Danny and Eddie Martinez, what can you say? Experience personified. This Captain America race team is going all out right here. You see them trying to make a charge right now. They're navigating, trying to get on the right coordinates, head for the checkpoint, and just make their move on the Bandit race team. With a good finish here, they will also be in the final point standings for the Gold Coast Cup. And it is tight between Captain America P44, who is down right now, Bandit, and this P4, Omar Alesquez Captain America. It's been a great year on the Gold Coast Cup. Real tight, and a good run here is essential for Omar to place in the final three. Interesting shot high above the water right now. You get a good feel for the rhythm that the boat is developing with the seas that it's in right now. Comes out of the water, back in. It's about as well-planed as it can be. The attitude of the boat seems pretty good. Crew seems confident. But a little down on speed right now. This is definitely due to severe weather conditions that we are faced with in the seas right now. This shot could be a little too much, and basically, why break? Just stay in the finish, stay in the standings, because the points are what it's all about out here. But they're having a fine run, as you can see. Captain America. Look at that right there. Some definite rough seas right now. Rough race right here. Definitely on the rough part of the course. Trying to make the best time that they possibly can. Other classes, Smooth Operator dueling with Panama Jack and ST Enterprise. Very tight right there. Too close to call right yet. Grand Bandit, Condor, Secret Formula, still going at it. Very strong. Cigarette Frenzy, Rapid Transit, Croissant and Company, battling. Peter Hidalgo and Miami's Best right there. Danger Zone just screaming around the course. He is definitely the top gun today, and he is definitely making a point. Miami's Best in their class right there. Oops, bit of a problem. Seems to be run out of gas. This is going to be an unfortunate break for Omar and his crew. We hope they definitely get going. With running out of gas out here, you can realign your lines and possibly get going again. But here's someone who definitely has enough fuel consumption left right here. P84, the Bandit race team, who we saw get a great jump on today's start. As he rounds a checkpoint right there, they're charging hard. As you see that aerial shot from our helicopter pilot, Randy Riggs, he's providing Jeff with some excellent camera angles, as you see right there. Cutting in front of the chopper, diving down, and giving you this inside shot of the boat. What great work by Randy Riggs, our chopper pilot. He's definitely a proud asset of the Freeze Frame Video Sports production staff. Without him, we couldn't be bringing you this kind of coverage that we do. And John Antonelli on throttles, but still having a good run. 32-foot Cougar Bandit, P84 race team, having a great day. Held together real well. These three Merc motors doing the job that it is needed to do today. Giving an all-out performance right now. They're definitely in the hunt of it, fighting off Omar in Captain America. They're presently first in class and really want to make an impression. They need a first. I think the best they can do is second place in the final standings with a first today, but we'll just have to wait and see to get the final point result. But he knows that he needs a first place today to at least be in the consideration for the overall champion in class in the Gold Coast Cup. Bandit Race Team having a fine run here. Look at those Merc motors right there. They're really kicking out some power right now. Churning up the water. The boat churning it up. The motor's really churning it up. And this is what it's all about. The boat giving it to the sea and the sea giving it back to the boat. Top shelf offshore powerboat racing right here. Bandit Race Team. And there they are, the two bandits right there. You're in close on the cockpit of this Cougar Cat. What a pretty sight. The Bandit Race Team. Now as we go from Bandit, we go to the Cigarette Frenzy Race Team, A13. There's a 21-foot Cigarette with its interesting white hull and deck outlined with red trim, and it's powered by one 300-horsepower Johnson outboard. The Frenzy Race Team consists of Steve Bozzo, your owner-driver from Boca Raton, Florida, along with Scott Lehman on throttles. Cigarette Frenzy having a good campaign this year. They're definitely in the hunt for things in class. The competition in class today for Cigarette Frenzy is definitely going to be stiff. As you saw earlier, Rapid Transit, Croissant and Company, running second and third unofficially at this point in the race, are definitely chasing them. But Cigarette Frenzy is on a frenzy tear right now around this race course, having a good run, both holding together nicely, good attitude, trimmed very well right here. As you saw and seen earlier in the race, some of these bigger boats were taking a severe pounding. You can imagine what the pounding these guys must be taking in your smaller class boats. These guys definitely deserve a lot of credit because the A-class racing takes some big punishment out here in these rough seas. The boats seem to take it, the crew seem to take it, and they certainly tip my race cap to them because this is some rough racing out here today, especially for these smaller boats. But 813, the Cigarette Frenzy Race Team is having a good run. They're prevailing over these strong seas, and they're charging hard, trying to extend their lead over Croissant and Company and Rapid Transit. And now we're back to Catamarans race team, D72. Todd and Conrad still right there. This boat is holding together quite nicely today. They've had some tough seas, tough competition, but Catamarans race team is definitely prevailing. Todd feels with this boat, he's definitely going to have a very good campaign. And with Conrad along for the ride, they really hope to change all their luck that they've had and do well. They have some tight competition from Danger Zone, but they're right now running second to Danger Zone, who is screaming around the track, as you saw earlier, with C35 Mistress, who is really trying to get some tough going done out of his way, chasing them right now. But the Catamarans race team in this proven Carrera hull is having a fine run here today in the Islamorada Budweiser 100. You see on the outside waving. He knows he's having a good run, saying hello to our cameraman up in the sky. They're generally feeling very good. They're feeling very comfortable in the boat. They're proud of the boat, have a lot of confidence in their own ability. They're just charging hard. The Catamarans race team. And here we have them, the Smooth Operators. In their 24-foot skater powered by twin 200-horsepower Merc outboards, you've got Stephen Carrier and Andy Frost, both hailing from Key Largo, Florida. Steve, who's driving today, is having a great run. Look at these guys right here. Both Steve and Andy feel we are the smoothest operators. Look at them out there. We're having a good run. We're smooth operators, and we're from Key Largo. And we're definitely running hard out here today. They're having a good run. The competition cannot quite catch up to them. They're maintaining a lead over Panama Jack and a familiar boat out here in the circuit, ST Enterprise. Look at them right there. Smooth operators. We are smooth and we're loving it here today. Smooth operators. Steve and Andy, definitely some tight competition. Great competitors, having a great run out here. Look at them go. They're definitely handling this boat as well as they can in these tough seas. A little down on speed, but so is everyone. Average miles per hour going to be way down today due to the rough weather conditions. You see Carry a Take on your outside, but Smooth Operator right here having a fine run. The Smooth Operator race team, and they feel they are the smoothest out here today. Take a race team back right here. Todd and Conrad having a great run. With all the experience and years that Todd has put into the circuit, he feels he's got the winning combination right now. The Carrera hull and these motors really kicking it out. Listen to him go right here, working real hard. And here we're on Loran Bandit, once again having a fine run, still in the race. You can see the boats are hanging real hard. They're first place in class, being chased by the Condor and Spellberg and Secret Formula. The 32-foot Manta is really looking fine. John Provenzano is doing everything he set out to do. He's maintaining a championship caliber for performance, and if he stays like he is right now, he will win today's race, which will be a tremendous accomplishment for him. With all the experience he has in scuba diving, now he wants to put it all into the field of offshore powerboat racing. John, along with Anthony, is going to have a good run, as you see right here. They're charging hard to the finish. They know it's in sight. They've seen that they're ahead of their competition, and they're making to have a good move right now. John Provenzano, the Loran Bandit race team. Loran Bandit charging hard to the finish now. It's in sight, and they're giving it all they've got. It's been a great day of racing for these guys, and they know it. They've had a good run, and they're just making it at Freeze Frame Video Sports Production. Our pilot, Randy Riggs, has done a great job. Jeff Girardi has really enjoyed coming down here, bringing